Hello, 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 and oh my goodness. The NFL playoffs has started and Wildcard Weekend is off to a great start. Now let's start with the Rams and the Panthers, shall we? Carolina. They deserve to make the playoffs. I'll give them credit for that. They put up a much better fight against the Rams than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would have given them. Because if Tampa was in there instead of Carolina, we would have gotten blown out at our home stadium. But the Panthers, man, not only they didn't get blown out, but they gave the Rams everything they could have handled. If you're Bryce Young, nothing to be ashamed of, dude. Like, for real, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You went in there, 264 passing yards, 21 out of 40. You got a touchdown late in the game, I think. I think it was late in the game, yes. He rushed for a touchdown when they, in that second quarter. Yeah, late in the game, like in the fourth quarter. He had a touchdown again to Jalen Coker. That gave them the lead late in that fourth quarter. So not a bad playoff game for Mr. Bryce Young. Will he have more though? Who knows? And speaking of Jalen Coker though, I mean, he went off in this game. 9 receptions for 134 yards and a touchdown. Good for him. And of course, T-Mac was also great as well. 5 receptions for 81 yards. Good for him. And Chuba Hubbard, 46 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. He was mainly used for goal line reps though. So, there's that. Carolina was down 14-0, by the way. And they made this game interesting. Like, they made this game interesting towards the second half when the score was 17-14 Rams. Speaking of the Rams though, Matthew Stafford, 304 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Puka Nacua, 125 total yards and 2 touchdowns. The Rams came to play at the beginning of the game and then they kind of settled in. Almost let the Carolina Panthers upset them. But a late touchdown by Matthew Stafford to Colby Parkinson gives the Rams a win here. You'd think they'll know their opponent by now, but nope. Because another game happened. And it was Packers-Bears. Of course, the Bears won 31-27. The Green Bay mother-loving Packers, as referenced by Tom Grossi, well, they had a huge lead early. 21-3, by the way. They started off this game 21-3. Jordan Love had 3 touchdowns in the first half. He had 4 in total, by the way. But lo and behold, they played down the competition towards the end of that second half and ultimately lost the game because Brandon McManus missed a 44-yard field goal. Tyler Loop, you are saved. With that said, Jordan Love gave it his all. 223 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. You can't ask for more with this guy. You can't ask for more. And then, of course, Romeo Doubs, 124 yards and a touchdown. Magic Golden with his first touchdown of his career. Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, everybody came to play. Except for Josh Jacobs, who had 55 yards. But that Bears defense preventing him from doing anything this game. This is a bad loss for Green Bay. But let's go to Chicago, shall we? I mean, Caleb Williams, 361 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Granted, he also had 2 interceptions, but still. He played as well as he could have for a first-timer in the playoffs. DeAndre Swift made some plays. 54 yards and a touchdown. Colson Loveland, I don't know how you pronounce it. 8 receptions for 137 catching yards. DJ Moore with a huge play late in that game with a touchdown. 64 catching yards and a touchdown. Man, oh man. Chicago deserved to win that game. And Ben Johnson deserves to win his first playoff game as a head coach. Even when they're down 21-3, they never faltered. Heck, they were down 27-16. And I thought the game is over. And they didn't falter. What does that tell you? Chicago will not go down without a fight. And Green Bay learned that lesson the hard way. And this is why a team that has home playoff advantage in an open field on primetime has a better shot at winning a playoff game. Because look at this game. It happened in Chicago. Windy Chicago. At night, at primetime. There's a chance a kicker might miss a field goal. And guess what? McManus missed a field goal. Shit happens, dude. It happens. I mean, you watched the Ravens-Steelers game the other day. Tyler Loop missed what's supposed to be a game-winning field goal. But man, this was a bad loss for the Packers. But a great win for Chicago. First playoff win since 2010-2011. What the heck? Oh man, Good job, Caleb Williams. Good job. Hopefully the rest of the playoffs are going to be like this, but man, the NFL's having a great start in this year's playoffs. Thanks for watching, and see ya.